The ancient graveyard of St. George's Chapel at Windsor Castle was shrouded in twilight mist, a place of solemn history where kings and queens rested eternally. It was here, on a chilly evening in 2025, that Prince Harry, 40, made a desperate act that would send shockwaves through the royal family. Harry had returned to the UK alone for a private memorial service honoring his late mother, Princess Diana. Meghan Markle, 43, his wife, had stayed in Montecito with their children, Archie, 6, and Lilibet, 4, citing family commitments. But the truth was, deeper tensions had been building. Harry felt increasingly trapped between his loyalty to Meghan and the palace's cold shoulder. "They want to erase us," he had confided to Meghan over a video call the night before. "I'll make them see our pain." As the service ended, Harry lingered by Diana's grave, the wind whispering through the trees. In a moment of overwhelming grief and frustration, he climbed onto the stone ledge surrounding the gravesite, his phone in hand recording a live video for social media. "The palace has pushed me to the edge, literally," he shouted into the camera, his voice breaking. "Meghan and I have suffered enough. If they don't acknowledge our pain, I'll jump for her, for our kids, for the truth." The live stream went viral instantly, millions watching in horror as Harry teetered on the edge, wind-whipping his ginger hair. "This is for you, Meg," he yelled, then leaped not to death, but a calculated jump into a soft bush below, landing with a thud but unharmed. It was a stunt, meant to symbolize his fall from grace, but the royal family saw it as madness. In Buckingham Palace, King Charles III, 76, watched the live feed on his tablet, his face ashen. "My son, he's lost his mind," he whispered, clutching Camilla's hand. Queen Camilla, 77, gasped. "He's jumping off a grave for that woman? The palace is in panic." Prince William, 42, rushed in from Kensington Palace with Kate, 42, their faces pale. "This is suicide on live television. Harry's stunt will destroy us all," William raged, slamming his fist on the table. Kate, tears in her eyes, nodded. The children, Archie and Lilibet, watching their father risk his life for drama. The royal family went into lockdown mode, advisors scrambling, shut down the stream. "Call the police," Charles ordered. But it was too late. Number Harry jumps trending with 100 million views in minutes. Social media exploded. Royal panic. Harry's grave jump for Meghan shocks world. Fans divided. Some praised brave statement against palace bullying. Others condemned. Dangerous stunt, exile him. In Montecito, Meghan watched the live video in horror, her phone slipping from her hand. "Harry, no!" she screamed, collapsing onto the couch as Archie and Lilibet ran in confused. "Daddy jumped?" Archie asked, eyes wide. Meghan hugged them, tears streaming. "He's okay, babies, it's a message." But inside, panic set in. Harry's stunt had gone too far, exposing their pain but risking everything. She called him immediately as he was picked up by security. "What were you thinking? The palace will use this to ban us forever." Harry, adrenaline pumping, replied, "They needed to see our suffering. For you, Meg, for us." The palace panic escalated. Charles suffered an anxiety attack, doctors rushing in. The stunt triggered it, they said. William, furious, called a crisis meeting. Harry's grave jump is a threat to the crown, expose him as unstable. Leaks from the palace claimed Harry's mental breakdown jumping off Diana's grave for attention. But the public sympathized with Harry. Palace drove him to it. Number stand with Harry. Protests in London. Let Harry speak. The royal family powerless. Approval ratings dropping 25%. "The chaos leaves us vulnerable," Camilla whispered to Charles. Harry was detained briefly for public safety, but released after evaluation. "No crime, just a cry for help," doctors said. He flew back to California, greeted by Meghan's mix of relief and anger. "You scared me to death," she shouted, slapping his arm before hugging him tightly. The children clung to him. "Daddy, don't jump again." Harry broke down. "I did it for us to make them listen." But the stunt backfired when the palace revoked their remaining titles and security. "Banished for good," Charles decreed. The grave jump was the last straw. The fallout deepened. Archewell's donors fled. Too chaotic. Netflix paused deals. Stunt gone wrong. Social media mobs called for exile the Sussexes. Meghan, angry at the ban, held a press conference. Harry's jump was a metaphor for our pain. The palace's bullying pushed him to it. Harry added, "I'm getting help for my trauma." Therapy followed, the couple healing their marriage amid the chaos. "The palace's powerlessness is our victory," Meghan said. The royal family struggled. William's image tarnished, failed to prevent the stunt. Charles's health declined. The panic broke him. Reforms came. Mental health support for royals. The chaos awakened change. William admitted as king. Years later, the Sussexes thrived in privacy. The grave jump was mad, but it freed us, Harry told Meghan on their anniversary. The children grew, knowing the story. "Daddy jumped for truth," Archie said. The palace, once powerless, embraced transparency. The stunt, once chaos, became legend. A prince's desperate act, a family's panic, a monarchy transformed. The fallout's ripple effects were profound. Global media frenzy. Talk shows debated royal stunt. Fans boycotted palace events. If Harry jumps, reform. The palace's approval dropped. Polls showed 40% wanted modernization. William vowed, no more silence on mental health. Meghan's book, Jump to Freedom. The stunt was Harry's cry, the panic our catalyst. Sales healed the wound. As Lilibet turned 8, joy returned. The scandal, once destructive, became a turning point, a tale of chaos, panic, and eventual peace. The story concluded with Harry's foundation for mental health leaps. From grave jump to helping others, the slogan read, "The royals, once panicked, united in purpose, a prince's stunt, a family's chaos, a legacy of change."